And how would you respond to the tension that some people feel, the potential danger that they see in, oh, it seems like Mark is crafting this too much. Therefore, is he playing with truth? Is he playing with reality? That these kinds of ideas.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. And sometimes people trade those things off against each other. So is Mark writing history, or is he writing a story with all the sort of literary techniques that an author would have? And I want to say, why do you have to choose? Like, you can write history, and absolutely, I think Mark is faithful to the facts, but you can decide how you write it in order to bring a point out. So I'll put it this way: I'd say the Bible authors or the gospel writers are theologians and historians, and it's not either or, it's both and. They're telling you history, but they're teaching you from history. They've got a message as well. And I'll give you another example. At the beginning of Mark's gospel, there's all these, I love Mark, there's all these amazing patterns. So at the beginning of Mark's gospel, the heavens are torn open and a voice comes from heaven: "You are my son, whom I love. With you I am well pleased." And at the end of the gospel, you probably know, as Jesus dies on the cross, the temple curtain is torn open. Now, and the centurion says, "Surely this man is the Son of God." So you've got two Son of God moments. One is God the Father speaking from heaven. One is the centurion speaking on earth. But both ones are accompanied by things being torn. Now, that's not so much a matter of history. I mean, that's what happened, but it's also a matter of vocabulary choice. Because Mark could have said, oh, the heavens were, well, a voice came from heaven, or the clouds parted, or I don't know. But he chooses to say the heavens were torn, because he knows at the end of the gospel, he's going to say the curtain was torn, and he intends a pair. He's not changing the facts, but he is choosing to describe the facts in a way that draws the parallel. And I'd actually say, I think it takes us back to the prophet Isaiah, because Mark has already told us that the coming of John the Baptist is in fulfillment of Isaiah. And in Isaiah, just after that, we read, "Oh, if only you would tear the heavens and come down." And I think Mark is choosing his vocabulary to say, and that's what God is doing. That this is the moment when God is tearing the heavens and come down. And I could have just said the clouds parted, but I'm choosing to say the clouds were torn, so that you get the connection with Isaiah, so you get the connection with the temple curtain. So history and theology together, I'd say.